pastas, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, milk, ice cream, candy, cakes, cookies, pretzels. The list goes on and on. These are carbohydrate foods, and we love to eat them. But your body changes these foods into glucose for energy, and when you have diabetes, too many carbohydrates can lead to unhealthy blood glucose levels and eventually long-term health problems. To keep your blood glucose in a healthy range, you can balance the amount of carbohydrates you eat with your exercise and medications. This is called carbohydrate counting. In order to put carbohydrate counting into practice and use it as a tool to help control your blood glucose, you will need to know how to count carbohydrate grams. This program will also answer common questions that may arise while learning to carbohydrate count, including fiber, dining out, and combination foods. And finally, it will introduce pattern management to help you meet your blood glucose goals. This is a lot of information, so let's get started.
My biggest fear was the diet. I knew nothing about the diet, and I was afraid because I really didn't understand the, quote, diabetic diet. So when they introduced us to carbohydrate counting, I was at ease because it was so easy. It was so easy.
When you carbohydrate count, your meal plan will include carbohydrate foods as well as protein and fats to get the full range of nutrients needed for good health. Although the possibilities are endless, remember, choosing healthy foods is not only good for your diabetes, but good for your overall health as well. Based on your target blood glucose range, daily routines, exercise, any diabetes medications you take, and other goals of your management plan, including weight loss, you and your diabetes care team will work together to determine approximately how many carbohydrates you can choose at each meal and snack, and a total for the day. Count the exact number of carbohydrate grams in the foods you eat, and try to stay as close to your meal plan as possible, ideally within 15 grams. To keep your blood glucose levels even, eat at about the same time each day and space your carbohydrate intake evenly throughout the day. If snacks are not an option because of your daytime schedule, try not to wait any longer than 4 to 5 hours between meals. There are tools you can use to find out the exact number of grams in a particular food.
In very few instances do you have to guess at what the carbs are.
Websites like CalorieKing.com and NutritionData.com, cookbooks, handouts from your registered dietitian, ADA exchange lists, and nutrition books can give you the carbohydrate values of foods quickly.
Food labeling has probably been the biggest thing that has allowed me to carbohydrate count easier. 80% of the numbers are already provided to you, even the portion size.
All prepackaged foods and even some non-packaged foods come with a food label. Get in the habit of reading the labels, because even the same types of food can have different amounts of carbohydrate. One type of yogurt, for example, may have less carbohydrate than another. Remember, when counting by grams, you are counting the total number of carbohydrates in that food. Here are some examples. 1 serving of this fat-free yogurt is 27 grams. 8 ounces of low-fat milk equals 12 grams. 12 whole wheat pretzels is 23 grams, and a half a cup cooked non-starchy vegetables is 5 grams. Please note that nutrition books list the average number of carbohydrates in specific foods. In reality, some foods may have more carbohydrates and some may have less than indicated. For example, a pizza slice is listed as 30 grams of carbohydrate, If you choose a slice with hand-tossed crust, it is actually 37 grams, while the thin crust slice is only 11 grams. This bagel has 31 grams of carbohydrate, but the same type of bagel can have as much as 96 grams of carbohydrate. When you can, find the nutrition values for the specific food you are eating. Now, how do these individual foods fit into your meal plan? Let's take a look at a typical day's worth of meals. A healthy breakfast may include 1 cup of tea, 1 cup of special case cereal with 1 1/4 cup strawberries and 8 ounces of low-fat milk, for a total of 49 grams of carbohydrate. For lunch, 3 ounces of grilled chicken breast on a whole grain bun with lettuce and tomato, 1 medium dill pickle, 15 to 20 fat-free or baked potato chips, a 1/2 cup raw carrot sticks, sugar-free iced tea to drink, and a medium plum for dessert will fill you up and equals 65 grams of carbohydrate. For dinner, try a 1/2 cup steamed broccoli, 3 ounces of lean steak, a 1/2 large baked potato topped with 1/4 cup salsa, a whole wheat dinner roll, and 8 ounces of low-fat milk to drink. This meal is 62 grams of carbohydrate. Perhaps you would like to choose 6 cups of light microwave popcorn for your evening snack. This equals 24 grams of carbohydrate. And the totals for the day? If you compare the number of carbohydrates for each meal to this meal plan, you are in a healthy range. These are just some examples. Remember, when carbohydrate counting, you can make different food choices and still maintain your goals. No matter what foods you choose, keep track of how much carbohydrate you are eating with a food diary. Write down what food, how much, and when you ate it. Note whether you exercised or took any diabetes medications in your diary as well. You and your diabetes care team can use this information to see how your food choices are affecting your blood glucose and gain greater control of your diabetes management.
I noticed that you've been having some lows before.
With a little time and practice, carbohydrate counting will become a habit, something you just do and don't think about. But until then, work through any difficulties you may be having with your diabetes care team.
The simple carbs I can figure out, but I'm having a hard time figuring out fiber. When I look at the labels, I have to be honest, I'm not even counting them because I don't know how to count them.
Fiber can be found in most fruits, vegetables, and grains. As part of a healthy meal plan, everyone, whether you have diabetes or not, should get 20 to 35 grams of fiber each day. Fiber can be soluble or insoluble. Both are good for you. Soluble fiber reduces cholesterol levels, decreasing your risk of heart disease. Insoluble fiber improves digestion by helping food move more quickly through the digestive tract. Although the amount of fiber, both soluble and insoluble, is included in the total carbohydrate information on the food label, it is not absorbed by the body in the same way other carbohydrates are, and may not cause your blood glucose to spike as high. So if you eat a high-fiber meal and count those fiber grams as carbohydrate, you may not be getting an accurate carbohydrate count. When you eat a meal with more than 5 grams of fiber in it, take the total number of carbohydrates and subtract half the grams of fiber to get an accurate carbohydrate count. For example, a small bowl of all-bran breakfast cereal has 24 grams of total carbohydrate, but 13 of those grams are fiber. Half of 13 is 6.5. Subtract 6.5 grams from 24 to get the correct number of carbohydrates to count. In this case, count 17.5 grams for your bowl of cereal. Talk to your diabetes care team about when and how to correctly subtract the number of grams of fiber from your total carbohydrate values to ensure you're correctly managing your blood glucose. In today's world of busy schedules and multitasking, you may find dining out a regular part of your day or week. This can add special challenges when counting carbohydrates. Each dining out situation may be different.
Most places you go to, you can ask them for the nutrition chart and they have it.
Even fast food restaurants have nutritional information posted for you to refer to. When dining out, even with these tools, you may still find it difficult to estimate the correct number of carbohydrates. Having an accurate idea of the portion size you are eating is the only way to really tell if you are following your meal plan and correctly estimating the number of grams of carbohydrate to stay within your goals. Reaching your goal will go a long way to help manage your diabetes. Your dietitian can help you develop methods to help you estimate your portions, but here are some additional tricks.
Another suggestion?
The more you weigh and measure your foods at home, the more you will be able to eyeball a serving. So do this as often as possible for good practice.
In the beginning, when you're first learning how to carb count, just measure everything out. Like, take a whole week out and just measure everything out so you just get accustomed of how much things are, because when you're out, you're not going to have a measuring cup. You're not going to have anyone there telling you, oh, it's that many carbs.
When you don't have a scale or measuring cups with you, everyday items can become your guide. For example, a half cup of cooked broccoli is the size of a light bulb. One medium-sized fruit is the size of a tennis ball. And a baked potato serving is the size of a computer mouse. You can also use your hand to measure your foods. A serving of non-starchy vegetables like peppers, green beans, or zucchini is the size of your fist. Starches in fruits are half a fist, or what can fit in your cupped hand. You can use these guidelines to get a more accurate idea of how many carbohydrates are in the portion you are eating. And of course, it's always a good idea to eat the correct portion size for you and take the rest home. When dining out, it is also important to be aware of foods high in calories and fat, like fried foods. Some fried foods are breaded, adding carbohydrates you may not think to count. And some are just not heart-healthy, something everyone needs to keep in mind. In addition, some foods high in fat and protein can delay the digestion of carbohydrates, making it difficult to accurately predict how much your glucose will rise after your meal. You may notice that your blood glucose stays high after eating a high-fat, high-protein meal.
A slice of pizza may have 30 grams of carbohydrate, but it does not treat you like 30 grams of carbohydrate. It has a very complex release, and you can still be paying for eating that piece of pizza 5 hours from the moment you ate it.
Meet with your diabetes care team to find out more about how fats and protein can affect your blood glucose. Many prepared foods are easy and convenient. But how do you count the carbohydrates in foods like soups, casseroles, and other combination foods?
You can try to take a recipe apart and look at each ingredient and try to figure out the carbohydrate content. And that can be very challenging.
Luckily, many packaged combination foods will have the total carbohydrates listed on the food labels, so don't forget to read them. And when preparing foods at home, some cookbooks will include the nutritional information in the recipe. If not, you can still make your favorite family recipes. To get the carbohydrate value of each serving, add up the carbohydrates from each of the separate ingredients and divide the total number of carbohydrates by the number of suggested servings to get the carbohydrate value of each serving. Be sure to write this information on the recipe so you only have to do it once. If you do have favorite recipes and specific foods you enjoy, take them with you to your next diabetes care team visit. Together, you can calculate the carbohydrate amounts in many of your favorite meals, making combination foods a little easier to count. In order to successfully carbohydrate count and manage your diabetes, you need to know that your meal plan is working together with the other parts of your management plan, including exercise and medications to control your blood glucose. To see how well you are doing, keep careful and complete records of your blood glucose results and the carbohydrates you eat.
Sometimes we can't remember what we did 2 days ago or what our blood sugar was yesterday morning, but yet if they're written in a logbook, you can start to see the patterns.
When you review these records, you will begin to see patterns in the way the different parts of your diabetes management plan, including exercise and medications, affect your blood glucose level.
Just, recording your blood sugars in a log, things start jumping out.
You can then use this information to understand why your blood glucose is out of your target range at certain times and take steps to correct it. This process of review and adjustment is called pattern management. To pattern manage, start by looking at your food diary and diabetes records. Notice how much carbohydrate you ate and when. Your blood glucose readings when you checked and the result. Your exercise, time and length of the session. And if you are taking medications, look at the type, dose, and time taken. There may be other information indicated in your records that can affect your blood glucose level as well, like whether you are sick with the flu or stressed out from work.
I can't.
Do you notice any blood glucose readings that are out of your target range? And do you notice any patterns to those readings? Are there certain times of the day you go low or high?
On days that I work, my glucose tends to run lower because I'm more active.
I've had a consistent high blood sugar. It was in the morning time, and come to find out it was bagels. Bagels have a lot of carbs in it. I didn't realize that I wasn't taking enough medicine for the carbohydrates.
Once you identify a pattern, you can make adjustments to the amount of carbohydrate you eat, your exercise session, or your medication to get your blood glucose back into your target range. Remember, keeping your blood glucose in a healthy range will help you avoid the long-term health problems high blood glucose over time can cause. There is a lot to think about when first starting to put carbohydrate counting into practice. Let's take a moment to review. Your body changes the carbohydrates in what you eat to glucose and uses that glucose for energy. When you have diabetes, your goal is to keep your blood glucose in a healthy range. To do this, balance the amount of carbohydrate you eat with exercise and medications. To carbohydrate count, develop a meal plan with your diabetes care team. Use food labels and other tools to count the number of grams of carbohydrate in the foods you eat. Remember, portion sizes matter when counting carbohydrates. Try to eat about the same amount of carbohydrates at the same time each day and stay within your meal plan goals. Counting carbohydrates can get more complicated as you face different eating situations. Fiber, dining out, and combination foods can be challenging, but you now have the tools to make them a little easier to count. And finally, as you count carbohydrates, keep records and review them regularly to see any patterns in your blood glucose results. Work with your diabetes care team to make adjustments to your management plan based on these patterns. With time and practice, carbohydrate counting can become a habit, a tool that you can use to keep your blood glucose in a healthy range and enjoy all the long-term benefits that it can bring.
It can be overwhelming at times, but I mean, you just have to be patient, and once you get the concept of how things are measured out and how much it will just be a breeze later on.
I think everybody can learn how to count carbohydrates.
If you want to live a good life with diabetes and nothing's in your way, you learn to carb count.